Why I tend to believe Kimberly and Gogan Kim Possible over everyone else. And when I say everyone else, I'm talking about everyone in the truth movement, right? You know, all the people that pose and pretend to be the truth speakers and the truth tellers and the people that are trying to supposedly help humanity. Well, to me, she's the most credible of them all, and I'm about to explain that. But before I get into it, I just want to remind all my viewers to please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, it would greatly help the channel, and I would really appreciate it. But anyways, so the reason why I tend to believe her over everyone else is because before I ran into her on Carrie Cassidy's channel, that was the first time I ever saw her, was her interview last September the 1st. And I was following Carrie Cassidy really closely and watching whatever Carrie Cassidy was putting out. And ironically, Kim Gogan was the one that kind of made me stop wanting to watch Carrie, because when I saw that conversation, I'll admit, at first, I was listening to Kim and I was like, is she for real? I was like, are the things, is she serious? Because I had never, ever heard anyone speak in the way that she was speaking and saying the things that she was saying. I've done a lot of research too. I've seen a lot of people at Carrie interviews. You know, I've seen other people, you know, throughout my life, just people, right, in this world that have said things and done things. The things that she was saying, I was like, if what she's saying is true, then there's so much going on that people are just not aware of. Like, there's just way more to this picture that if people knew, I mean, the things I already knew, right? Like about the Illuminati and things like that, right? And the ones controlling the world, the evil ones, because I've dealt with my own things, right? In my life, I've had encounters with different entities and stuff like that. So I already knew things were going on, right? Before I discovered Kim. But the way she explained everything, and she was so matter of fact about it. Like, hey, this is what it is. This is who's behind it. This is who's doing this. This is who's doing that. This is why this is happening. Like, everything she was saying was flowing so perfectly. And I was like, I've never heard anyone put this stuff together like this. Like, it just felt like she saw the whole picture and she put all the pieces together and she was telling everyone, this is what the picture looks like. And again, up until I ran into her on Carrie Cassidy channel, I didn't know what I knew parts and pieces of the puzzle, right? Like this little bit of the picture here, there, whatever. But I've never before Kim heard anybody put it in the way that she put it. And she was so eloquent about it, and she was well spoken, and she was just like, it's like she knew what she was talking about, right? There was no if, ands, or buts with what she was saying. She's like, this is what it is. And, you know, I'm not going to like try to brag or anything, but before her, I felt like I was the only person that was really like that. Maybe David Icke too, right? But there weren't too many people that I looked at in the world that I could say were confident when they spoke. And when they spoke, I believed them. I felt like I was one of those people where I was like, I know what I'm talking about here. If I have a certain bit of knowledge that I know this is it, I'm going to say it confidently. I don't like to speak unless I know what I'm talking about, right? I may not have all the answers all the time, but whenever I open my mouth and I'm confident of what I'm saying, I'm going to say it. This is what, as far as I know, up until this point, this is the truth to me. Like there's no other thing that it could be other than what I'm saying, unless there's some knowledge that I'm not aware of, right? So again, she did the same thing. I was like, she's just, this is what it is. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I think that's why she has a lot of support, a lot of followers and people that like her, right? It's because she's so confident when she speaks. She's very intelligent. She's not trying to mislead people as far as I can tell. She's not trying to trick people as far as I can tell. And she really believes what she's saying. So can anybody prove anything that she's saying, or can anybody prove anything at all, right? But no, not everybody can prove everything that anybody's saying, right? So when people say, "Oh, I need proof," shut up, you simple-minded fool. Like, just sit down and go let the grown-ups handle the world for you, because you can't figure anything out. But she's very good at, when she's saying something, it sounds believable. She puts it together in a way where it's hard to question. And if you're questioning her, like the people that I see questioning her or going against her or trying to fight with her or whatever, they're usually idiots that don't know anything. I'm like, you don't know anything. What are you arguing about? Like, and they always have some stupid complaint that has nothing to do with what she's saying. It's just haters, right? Like haters that hate to hate. Like they have nothing to offer the world other than hate, right? But anyways, once I started to see what she was saying and I started to look at the world and I kept listening to what she was saying, I must have watched that interview like 10 times at least, because I wanted to really process what Kim was saying. And to this day, I can't sit here and lie to you and say that I understood everything that she was talking about. I don't think anybody fully comprehends everything that Kim is talking about. But that doesn't mean that she's lying, or that just because we can't understand, right? That doesn't mean she's making it up. Maybe we're just not there yet, right? We haven't got to the point where we fully understand what she's talking about. Now, as far as Carrie Cassidy is concerned, recently, she went on somebody's show. I think it was like a month ago or whatever. I was going to make a whole video just about that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to talk about it here. She went on somebody's show and she was talking about Kim and how she didn't believe that some of the things that Kim says, like she disagreed with some of the things that Kim says. And she thinks Kim is mind controlled by DARPA or some crap, right? The thing about that, and no disrespect to Carrie Cassidy, although if she ever hears that, I doubt she'll hear me, but if she ever does, you can't really talk about anybody being brainwashed or mind controlled. And I don't think Carrie is brainwashed or mind controlled. I think she's a very strong, independent person, right? But she's too much believing in Juan O'Savin and Trump and all that other stuff, that all the white hats and all that garbage, right? Those people are full of crap. And I'm actually going to make a video about Juan O'Savin because he's another deceiver, just like Trump. And people need to know about him. But Carrie is in no position to say that Kim is mind controlled or anything like that, because the stuff that Carrie is putting out with Trump and all that other stuff, and I haven't watched Carrie in a while. I'm actually going to start watching her again because I want to see what other crap she's been talking about. And again, like I said, when she had the interview with Kim, it kind of made me not want to watch her anymore because I saw how she was attacking Kim and going at Kim. And it just seemed like she was coming from a place of jealousy. Like she's like, well, who is she to have this position? And I don't have it. I didn't like that attitude that she was giving her. But whatever the case is, you know, Carrie's the kind of person where if she believes something, there's nothing you can tell her to change her mind. She has to, at some point, come to terms that what she believes is bullshit or is not true. But she just seems dead set on certain things. And she's all about that Trump shit. And I don't know what she's been saying lately because I haven't watched her. But I'm going to catch up on her stuff too. And I'm going to, you know, talk more about whatever she's putting out. A long story short, because of the way Kim was saying things, and I, you know, like I said, I believed whatever Kim said. I was like, hey, I don't know if this is true, but it sounds true. It just makes sense with the way the world works. Because I see how the world is, and I see what Kim is saying, and it clicks, right? It's like, this makes sense. What she's saying makes the most sense out of anything I've heard anyone say. And that's what I tend to do. I go with what makes the most sense. I don't just go by what makes me feel good or what feeds my ego. What makes the most sense, that's what I go with. But anyways, Carrie didn't really give me a good vibe when she was interviewing Kim. And because of that, the last video I saw of Carrie was her interviewing Kim. I think it was in March or April or whatever. And after that, I stopped watching Carrie. I was like, I can't watch her anymore because she's clearly hating on Kim and she has no ground to stand on. Kim is making her look bad because Carrie doesn't like, again, Carrie has this ego thing going on where she doesn't like somebody attacking her on what she thinks is the truth. And you know, I'm gonna say this again. I highly respect Carrie because a lot of knowledge that I got it from her and her the people that she interviewed. So I cannot truly put her down or talk trash. She deserves all the respect and praise that she gets, for all the work that she's done. However, when it comes to how she deals with Kim Gogan and the things that Kim Gogan says, that's where I have a problem with Carrie. Because if I had to say who's more legitimate right now, maybe Carrie was more legitimate 10, 15 years ago. But right now, as we speak, Kim Gogan is by far more credible than anything that Carrie's putting out there. And Juan Osaven's another hater who's talking trash about Kim and whatever. Like all these people that are hating on Kim, they're not credible to me. Juan Osaven never says anything. I don't want to talk too much about him because I'm going to make a video about him, but he has a gift for gab, right? Like he's a good talker. He's a gifted speaker, and he's intelligent too. He's a good storyteller. But none of the shit that Juan Osaven says means anything. It's like garbage, right? Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, he's always running his mouth, and it's like bedtime stories, right? Like, you listen to Juan Osaven, then you go to sleep. But nothing he says is stupid. Like, it doesn't mean anything. It's just garbage. Long story short, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just going to say that Carrie right now is not thinking properly. Or, like I said, the last time I saw her. The old Carrie would probably hate the new Carrie. Let's just say that. And the way that she deals with Kim says a lot about her and how insecure she is in terms of whatever she believes is going on. And I think Carrie just wants something good to happen. So she wants to believe in something. And she wants it to happen so badly that she's misunderstanding the truth, right? She's not seeing what the truth is. And Kim is just saying what she's saying. And I'm going to say it again. I tend to believe Kim more than any of these other people out here that are presenting themselves to be saviors and truth speakers. And I tend to have a similar mindset to Kim in terms of how she says she wants everybody to save themselves. She's not anyone's savior. She's trying to do what she can, right? She's trying to put out information. She's doing whatever programs she's doing and all the things that she's doing in the communities and stuff like that. That's all cool and dandy, right? But she's going out of her way to try to help people. So how can I look at Kim as a bad person if most of her followers are good people? Like, I haven't really run into someone that supports Kim that's not a good person. And on top of that, they're very knowledgeable, they're very intelligent, and she's building something good. I don't see what the bad thing is that Kim is doing. Everybody's always attacking her or accusing her of things. I'm like, well, where is this thing that she's doing? There's no proof or evidence of anything bad that Kim is doing. Like the things that people accuse her of, I don't see any proof or evidence of it. And the only thing that these people ever have is, well, Kim can't prove this thing to me, so she must be lying or she must be, evil or whatever. And I'm like, you guys are just completely delusional, low IQ idiots that don't know anything. And I don't have time for that crap, right? Like, I don't even waste my time anymore. If I see anybody like that, I just block them immediately. So I'm just giving you a fair warning. If you're coming here to talk trash about Kim, you're auto blocked. Like, I'm not even going to talk to you. But long story short, that's all I have to say for now. I just wanted you guys to know why I basically tend to believe Kim. I'll leave you guys with this. I have never heard anyone put all the pieces together, and I already said this, the way that Kim put it together. There have been people that have said this little piece, that little piece, this other little piece. Kim put it all together, and it all makes sense the way she says it. So why wouldn't I believe her, right? Am I saying that she can't turn out to be a liar and she might be a liar in the future? I don't know. There could be a chance that maybe she's making it all up and she's not telling the truth. And I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Like I've said before, if Kim is really making stuff up and I find out about it and I don't like what she's doing, I'll say it. I'll be like, hey, she's doing this thing, right? She's doing this, whatever I figure out. So far, if she's lying, I heard somebody say this. They're like, if Kim is lying, she is the best at it. Because, like I said, for me, somebody like me, I'm good at detecting lies and telling when people are making stuff up. And I haven't been able to do that with Kim. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.